Jonathan here, and welcome back as we're about to enter into our next room, the Blast Room. So before we begin, I've got a helpful hint, a recap, and an XP update to go over. The helpful hint is, take it slow and if need be, use a game turn reference sheet so that you know what steps need to be done. When I placed our heroes on the mine entrance tile, I misplaced the Bandita by placing her next to the Gunslinger, and she should have been placed in either the last row or the middle two squares of the second row just in front of that mine cart stop. In the rulebook on page 9 from the section Game Setup, subsection Step 8 Place Heroes, you can see the picture of the mine entrance tile and the colored squares that show you the starting location of the heroes. Now this really didn't have a major impact on gameplay, but it's still the rules, and Flying Frog Productions made the rules for certain reasons. I know it seems like a silly mistake, but as the game progresses and with more and more items to keep track of, this is where you need to take it slow and maybe use that game turn reference sheet of some kind to help you out. Next is the recap. Gunslinger Yvette is moving way too slow from her mutation and leg injury / leg, so she needs to pick it up a bit. Our saloon girl Shauna is not doing good as usual. She scavenged and ended up finding that card Nothing Here, so there was nothing to find, and then she got that Chilling Dread card where they had to draw a Growing Dread card. Then when she performed the Hold Back the Darkness rolls, where she's batting 2 for 3 on failing those rolls, the Darkness marker ended up landing on a blood splatter space, and the Darkness card Flood of Bats was drawn where 3 out of the 4 heroes ended up taking sanity damage, but luckily enough none of them were carrying any Darkstone, which the bats might have stolen. And the last is the XP update. Our Gunslinger Yvette, she started out with 75 XP and obtained some XP from the Flood of Bats Darkness card, so she is now at 85 XP. Our saloon girl Shauna, she started out with 0 XP and obtained some XP from Scavenging and the Flood of Bats Darkness card, so she is now at 30 XP. Our US Marshal Sam, she started out with 225 XP and obtained some XP from the Flood of Bats Darkness card, so she is now at 235 XP. And finally our Bandita Angela, she started out with 50 XP and obtained some XP from the Flood of Bats Darkness card, so she is now at 60 XP. So with all the nastiness behind them and the next room, the Blast Room, found, this is going to end Step 2 and bring us to our next step, Step 3, Room Exploration. So the first thing we're going to do is go ahead and flip over the Exploration token to see what we got here. And we got ourselves 2 doorways, attack, and a clue. Excellent. So first thing we're going to do is find out which doorways are open. So let's go ahead and roll a d6 to find out which doorway is going to be closed. Since there are 2 doorways open, we'll just roll 1d6 to find out which one of our doorways are closed. Alright, we got a 1. So that's going to be up top here. So let's go ahead and get an end cap. We'll go ahead and close off that one. So these 2 doorways are open, leading us onward towards the next room that has that glowing blue exit. Next off, we find that we have an attack. So let's go ahead and draw our threat deck. Since we have 4 heroes, we'll be doing the medium threat deck for 3 to 4 heroes. So let's go ahead and draw the top card to see what we get. And we get 2 low threat cards. Alright, so we'll go ahead and grab the low threat deck. And the first one we get is a Night Terror and a P die of Stranglers. Alright. Then our second one, we get a P die of Stranglers. Alright, so let's go ahead and get those models out here. So here's our Night Terror that we're going to be using. And then I'll get another Night Terror out here, and we'll use him on the initiative track here. So when we do our first player marker here, we'll go ahead and move it about. And then next we'll go ahead and get our P die here and our Peril die, and we'll go ahead and roll that to see how many stranglers are coming about. So our first card, we're going to have 3. And then on our second card, we're going to have 6. So that's going to be a total of 9 stranglers. Now, the game only comes with 6 stranglers. So what happens is, when there is more than the amount of models in the game, the enemies are actually going to increase in power by using the elite abilities. Information regarding elite, the changing into, and their abilities can be found in the rulebook on page 22 in the sections Not Enough Models and Elite Enemies. So we got our Strangler's enemy sheet here, and down at the bottom here is the elite chart. So we're going to go ahead and roll a d6 to see which one of those abilities our Stranglers get. Alright, we got a 6. So let's go ahead and check that elite chart to see what the Stranglers get. And it says a Writhing Form. So they get a +3 health. So their health is at a 3, so it's going to go up to a 6. So let me go and get a sticky here, and I'll increase that up to a 6. Alright, here we go. Alright, now our Stranglers are at a health of 6. So next we're going to go ahead and place our enemies on the map tile, starting with the lower initiative one. Our Night Terror here has an initiative of 3. And then our Stranglers have an initiative of 4. So the Night Terror, I'm going to go ahead and place him right here at the back. And then our 6 Stranglers with a health of 6 now, they're going to go ahead and get placed in a checkerboard fashion throughout this whole area here. Alright, there we go. Then our Night Terror, he has that initiative of 3, and that is going to tie with the Bandita. And remember that the enemies, when they are tied with the heroes, they're going to go before them. So put the Night Terror right there. And then our Stranglers have an initiative of 4, so they're going to be tied with the U.S. Marshal. So we'll go ahead and put the Stranglers. Now, the Stranglers, they have only 6 models here. So we ran out of models. So we're going to go ahead and just put one of these tokens down until one of our Stranglers die. Then we can go ahead and put them on the initiative track. So we're going to go ahead and put the token right before the U.S. Marshal. So with that, that's going to end step 3, room exploration. Let's go ahead and move on to step 4, end of the turn. So if there's any kind of cards or abilities of anything at this moment, we'll go ahead and do them. And Shauna the Saloon Girl, she has that ability, Comforting Presence, that at the end of the turn, that she can go ahead and heal up 1 wound or 1 sanity from any hero that's adjacent to her, and she's got all 3 of the other heroes adjacent to her, so she's going to go ahead and heal up some, looks like sanity is the only thing that's done. So the Gunslinger is going to get 1, U.S. Marshal will get 1, and the Bandita will get 1 of the sanity damage that they had. We'll go ahead and remove them off their character sheet. And with that, that's going to end step 4, end of the turn. And that will end turn 3. And let's go ahead and start up with turn 4. Alright, Shauna's going to go ahead and try and hold back the darkness, so she needs to get a 7 or better. And she rolls an 8. So she's good to go there. Let's go ahead and move our first player marker back up to the gunslinger. Alright, so the gunslinger's ready to go, and she's going to go ahead and move and ready to fire. And Sam, the U.S. Marshal, tells the gunslinger Yvette to move back some. We need to get Angela up front where she can take care of these things. So the gunslinger's going to go ahead and move backwards. Now the first thing that's got to happen is that, actually, you know what? The gunslinger is not on the same tile as the Night Terror, because the Night Terror's got that special ability Terror. So she's doing okay there. So we'll just go ahead and move her, and we'll see what she gets for movement. She gets a 4. Remember, she's got that mutation and that injured leg. -3, so she moves 1. So she's going to go ahead and just move 1 back. And that's still enough room to move people in and out. So now she's going to go ahead and attack with her pistol that she is carrying. So she's got a pistol with a range of 6 with 2 shots. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. The front row, she can get the back row here. And she's going to have 2 shots on that. She's actually going to go ahead and spend a grit where she can go ahead and double the number of shots. So there's a grit for her. So she's going to go from 2 shots to 4 shots. So let's go and see what she gets. Alright, 3 is what she needs, so she hits 3 of them. And, well, she sees that these crazy stranglers are kind of beefed up, so she's going to shoot straight up all 3 shots at that one right there. So they do have a defense of 2 with a 6 health, so let's see what she gets for damage. Alright, well, the defense of 2 is going to knock this 2 out, and she's got a 6, which is going to drop to a 4. The 5 is going to drop to a 3, so 3 and 4 is a total of 7, so that is going to knock down that strangler. Alright, nice shooting there, Tex. Next one up is going to be our saloon girl. So she knows that those stranglers are ready to start running in here really quick. So she's going to go ahead and take out her... She's going to go with the guns. So she's got her holdout pistol and the light pistol. Now she does get that free attack with the holdout pistol. So she's going to go ahead and take 1 shot. But first of all, she's got to do a willpower test because she is on the same map as that Night Terror. So she needs to get 4+ so she doesn't get scared from that Night Terror. Now, well, she made 1, so she fails 1. So she's going to end up getting a sanity damage. Next, she's going to go ahead and take 1 shot at... 1, 2, 3. Yeah, she can't even. Well, let's do a roll. See what she does for movement. And she gets a 5. So that's there. She can't even. Yeah, because this strangler here is out of line of sight. So she can't even use her holdout pistol on that one. So she's got a range of 6 with the light pistol. She's just going to go ahead and shoot straight ahead at this one right here. Well, she'll just go ahead and roll the hit, which she doesn't. So she gets a 1 and 2, so she totally messes that up. And that is going to end her turn. Next one coming up now are the Stranglers. So they're going to go. They've got a movement of 6, and they come charging in. Come right in front of the Saloon Girl, the other one behind, right in front of the U.S. Marshal. And they're all flying right in there. So the first one's going to go ahead and attack against the Saloon Girl. So they get a combat of 4 and they need a 3+ to hit. So let's go ahead and see what happens here. Alright, we got 2 hits on that. So the Saloon Girl is going to get hit twice for a total of 2 points of damage. So there's her 2 wounds. she's going to get. And then our other strangler that's in front of the U.S. Marshal Sam. We're going to go ahead and attack her. Oh, there's going to be 2 hits there. Okay, and before we actually continue this on with the hits that Sam's going to get from them too, the Saloon Girl, remember, she got hit twice by those stranglers, and she's got that defense of a 3+. So whenever she gets hit, she's got to roll that defense. So almost forgot about that. So let's go and roll the 2 hits, and we'll see if she dodges out of the way there. So there's a 1 and a 2. So nope, so she still gets that wounds there. So now Sam ended up getting hit twice, and Sam's got a defense of 3, so let's see if she dodges out of the way. So there's a 6 and a 4, so she dodges out of the way, so she will not get any damage done on her. So next up is going to be the U.S. Marshal. And since the U.S. Marshal is on the same map as the Night Terror, we're going to go ahead and roll a willpower save of 4+ to see if she stops from getting any sanity damage from the terror ability of the Night Terror. Alright, so she fails 1. So, U.S. Marshal Sam, she's going to get 1 sanity damage from the Night Terror's ability. And now she's ready to go ahead and do her attack. But she needs to make room for Angela to get up there. So she's going to go ahead and do a movement back. Now, because she's right next to a strangler, she needs to do an escape roll to see if she's able to get out of there. Information regarding escape can be found in the rulebook on page 23 in the section Hero Movement in a Fight, subsection Escape Tests. So on the enemy sheet there's the escape number of 6+ for the Strangler. So she needs to do her movement to see if she rolls a 6 and she's able to get out of there. And she gets a 4, so she tries to move and the Strangler kind of catches her with the flimsy tentacle on top. But what she's going to do is she's going to go ahead and spend a grit to do a reroll on that movement to see if she can go ahead and break loose of that. So she needs a 6. Alright, well she got the 6. So she breaks loose of that tentacle and she moves back. So she's going to move back behind Angela. And she's going to pull out that hunting rifle that she's got with that specially upgraded Darkstone barrel. So she moves back 1, 2, 3. She'll go all the way back there. Because even if she wanted to attack that Night Terror, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So no problem. We can hit that one. And actually, I think that's what she's going to do. She's going to go ahead and shoot that Night Terror. Alright, she only gets 1 shot with that. Oh, 6, and it's a critical even. Nice. Nice. So, and plus gets +2 damage on it. So, what do we got here for damage? Oh, and another 6. Alright, well 6 and 2 is 8. So our Night Terror is going to get 8 points of damage on it, and it has 12 health, so another 4 and it's going to be down. And that's going to go ahead to end the U.S. Marshal's turn. And now we come up to, actually, you know what? Nope, she didn't kill an enemy. She's got that Rolling Thunder ability there. So she doesn't get the ability to see if she gets a grit, so that's going to end her turn. We're going to go ahead with the Night Terror. The Night Terror is going to move at a 5. 4, 5. That's going to actually get him right in front of the Saloon Girl. So 1, 2, 3, 4. And since the Night Terror is a large creature, it can push medium creatures out of the way. Ends right in front of the Saloon Girl. Night Terror is going to go ahead and attack. Oh, it's got 4 combat dice, so let's see if it hits the Saloon Girl. Need a 5. Alright, 2 hits. Now, the Saloon Girl's got that defense of 3, so let's see if she ducks out of the way. 5 and a 6. Excellent. Good duck in there, Shauna. So she dives out of the way and don't have to worry about getting slaughtered by that big Night Terror. So that's going to end the Night Terror's move. And we come to our last one, our Bandita. So she's going to go ahead and move up. She is off the tile of the Night Terror, so she doesn't have to do that terror ability. So she can go ahead and move up. And a 3. So 1, 2. She comes right there. And then she's going to have the hunting knife and the knuckle dusters. So she's going to do hand-to-hand combat. She's got a combat of 3. And Yvette yells at Angela and says, "Take down that big thing." So she'll go and do 3 attacks with a melee of 4+. Ooh, double critical there. Nice. Nice. So let's see what she gets for damage. All she needs is just 4 points, and that'll take down the big furry teddy bear there. And 7 points it is. So the Night Terror drops. Nice hitting there, Angela. Alright, so that is going to end Angela's turn. And that's going to end step 2. Now we go to step 3, room exploration, and they already explored the room there. So now we go on to step 4, end of the turn. And Shauna's comforting presence is only going to affect the Bandita. She's the only one that's near her. And the Bandita only has 1 sanity token left on her. So she is fully healed up. So with that, that's going to go ahead and end step 4 and also end turn 4. So let's go back to the beginning with turn 5. So we're at the start of turn 5 here, and it looks like they did pretty good there with turn 4. And we'll go ahead and move the first player marker up to our gunslinger, who's up. And the first thing is Shauna. She's going to hold back the darkness, and she needs a 7+. Oh, and that's a 3. So that's going to be a fail, and the darkness marker is going to go ahead and move up to space number 3. Then all of a sudden behind everyone you can hear Sam kind of utter a breath of relief as Sam looks down at the stock of her shotgun and the Rune of Darkness symbol shines up a little, saying that anytime the darkness moves on the depth track, you may heal 1 sanity. So Sam has 2 sanity, so she'll go ahead and heal 1 of them up. Then we do have 1 of the stranglers down, so we'll go ahead and place the strangler model in its position on the initiative track. And let's go ahead and begin with our gunslinger Yvette. So Yvette is way back there. She'll go ahead and do her move. And she rolls a 1, so she gets a grit back. So she's just going to go ahead and stay right there. So she's got 2 grits on her character sheet. She's going to go ahead and line up that strangler that's right in front of the Bandita Angela and let loose. She'll just shoot just twice with her gun. She won't pistol fan. So let's see what she gets there. Oh my. Double boxcars. Excellent. All right, well, she shot twice. That's going to be a critical. And she's going to go straight and bypass the defense on that one in front of Angela. So let's see what she gets for damage. 9 points. And that strangler goes flying off to the side, and its tentacles and head is just obliterated from that double crit shot of the gunslinger Yvette. Good job, good job. Alright, well that's going to go ahead and end the gunslinger's turn. Next up is our saloon girl. So let's go ahead and do a movement to see what she gets. And she gets a 5, so she'll just go ahead and stay right there. And then she'll go ahead and attack. She's got her pistols out. She's got the holdout pistol for 1 shot and the light pistol for 2. So she'll go ahead and attack. Alright, so she misses 1. The 5 is going to get a critical on the holdout pistol. So she's going to go ahead and shoot both of them at the strangler directly in front of her. So this is the crit. Oh, 6. Well, that's going to be enough right there. And as it's falling, with a defense of 2, she takes another 2 points of damage into the head of the strangler. And this one goes flying off to the side. Nice shooting there, saloon girl. Alright, next up is going to be our stranglers. So they're going to come charging in. 1 on the bandita and 1 on the saloon girl. Go ahead and attack the saloon girl first. They got a combat of 4. They need 3 or better. Oh, one's off there, and that's a 6. So that's going to be 3 hits. So there's a miss. We get 1, 2, and then 3 is a total of 5. So our saloon girl's got to roll a 3 or better for defense. Oh, 3, 5, 5, 6, 6. Nice. Alright, she didn't even need her acrobatic dodge to do a reroll. She dodges all of the hits from that strangler. Excellent. Good job there, saloon girl. Looks like you're doing a lot better with your guns and dodging than you are with holding back the darkness. So the other strangler in front of the bandita is going to attack her for combat. 3+ to hit. Oh, this is not going to be good. So we get 1, 2, we got 2 6s, so that's 3. 3 is 6, 7, and 8. So she's got to roll 8 defense. Alright, she's got a defense of 4+. Let's see how she does. I see low numbers. Alright, looks like a split here. So she fails 4 times out of that hit. So she's going to get hit for 4 points of damage. So we'll go ahead and we'll take one of her wounds away, and then we'll give her one of the large 5-pointer. And she's got a total of 6 points of wounds on her right now. That's not good. Not good at all. Alright, well, next one up is going to be our U.S. Marshal. She's way in the background. So after the U.S. Marshal Sam saw Angela get smacked up by that strangler, she's not liking that one. So she goes ahead and slips that hunting rifle back into its sheath. And she's going to go ahead and move up. She's got a movement of a 4. So she comes moving up. She just needs 2. She goes 1, 2, jumps over here, does a flying roll. And as she comes up with her shotgun and yells out, "Rolling Thunder!" And then she's going to go ahead and shoot the strangler in front of Angela. 7. Alright. Well, with this shotgun on a 7 is a critical. Plus it also does damage. So let's see what she gets against that strangler. 7 points. Oh, Rolling Thunder is excellent as the shot comes off and it blows the Strangler's head right off. Now, the U.S. Marshal has an ability called Double Shot that says once per turn when you kill an enemy with a shotgun, you gain +1 shot with that shotgun. So she gets to shoot it again. As she comes to land to the ground, she kneels down and shoots between those two to attack the Strangler on the left in front of the Saloon Girl. But because of her Rolling Thunder, we're going to roll a d6, and on a 4, 5, and 6, she might get a grit back. She gets a 5. So our U.S. Marshal, Sam, she's going to go ahead and get a grit. So let's see what happens as she shoots at the other one. 7. Oh my God. All right, Rolling Thunder is rolling along. That's going to be a critical. Let's see if she can do more than 6 points of damage. Oh, 1. She shoots it, and she takes off its toe. Let's see here. No, it doesn't look like she has any kind of abilities or any cards that can get her a reroll on that. But you know what? She's going to go ahead and use her grit. So she'll use her grit to do a reroll on that. And boom! That's a little bit more like it. As the leg gets blown off of that Strangler and it goes flopping to the ground. Nice job there, Sam. Alright, well, she killed another one, so Rolling Thunder. Let's see if she gets a 4, 5, or 6 to get that grit back. And she just missed it by 1. So she got a 3 on that. So she misses it. And that's going to bring us to our Bandita. So she's going to go ahead and do her movement. And she rolls a 1. So that's good enough for her for a grit. But she is maxed out on grit already. So that's enough for her to take 1 step forward. So she's going to go ahead and just attack with her hunting knife and knuckle dusters for 3 combat. She needs a 4+. Alright, well, she gets a 2 hits, a 5 and a 6. So she gets 1 critical. So let's see what she gets for a crit hit. Oh, just 2. And with the other one, no, she didn't even get past the defense on that. So she gets 2 points of damage onto that Strangler. There we go. Okay, you know, I think what we're going to do is that Angela, we're going to go ahead and use a grit to do a reroll on that damage. So she ended up only getting 2 points of damage for the wounds. So let's go ahead and do a reroll on that again. So remember, it was a 5 and a 6 for the hit. So we're going to reroll this one, which is going to be the critical. There's a 6. All right, and then the other one, that's a 5 minus the 2 on the defense is 3. So 6 and 3 is 9 points of damage. And that Strangler gets punched in the, well, doesn't really have a face since the Strangler is all mouth. It goes down for the count. Nice going there, Angela. Okay, so that's going to end step 2 of all our heroes' initiative turns there. We go to step 3, the room exploration. Well, it's already done there. So we go to step 4, end of the turn. And the only abilities out there are the comforting presence of the Saloon Girl, and our U.S. Marshal is adjacent to her. So our U.S. Marshal only has a sanity damage on her. So she'll be cleared up of all damage, whether it be wounds or sanity. And also, I see that the Bandita is also adjacent to the Saloon Girl. So she's going to get a wound healed up, leaving her with only 2 wounds left. And that is going to end turn 5 and the end of combat. So before we head over to turn 6, we got to go ahead and do catch your breath. So all of our heroes had acted during this turn for combat. So because of that, our heroes are going to get D3 healing between wounds and sanity, any mix. Now our gunslinger Yvette, she is fully healed up. Our saloon girl, Shauna, she has 2 wounds and 1 sanity. So let's go ahead and roll a D3 to see what she gets for healing. That's a 5, so that is a 3. So that's actually going to fully heal her up. So her 2 wounds and sanity is going to get cleared off her character sheet. So she is fully healed. And then our U.S. Marshal Sam, she is fully healed. And the Bandita Angela, she's hurting with 6 wounds. So let's see what she gets for healing. And she gets a 6, so that is 3. So she's going to go from 6 wounds down to 3. So now what's going to happen is our heroes are going to go ahead and loot the area. And for every card that we have out there that shows an enemy on it, so we have 2 cards, they're going to each get 1 loot per card. So our gunslinger is going to get 2 loots. Our saloon girl, U.S. Marshal, and our bandita. So let's go and see what we got here. Alright, our gunslinger gets gold bars worth 250 and blood money, D6 times 25. So let's go and see what she gets for that. There's a 1, so she gets 25. Our saloon girl, she gets an artifact card, and then she gets a D3 of Darkstone Rock. Alright. Let's see here for the Darkstone. She gets 3 Darkstone. And then she gets an artifact card. So we go ahead and get the Mine artifact. And it says an Otherworld artifact. Draw an artifact from the Targa Plateau Artifacts deck. So here's our Targa Plateau Artifacts deck. And she gets a Void Crystals. Discard except during a fight to replace 1 unexplored door on your map tile with a gate instead. Excellent. Alright, our U.S. Marshal, whoops, she's going to get cash, and then D650. She gets 4, so that's 200. Nice. And then finally our bandita. Let's see what she gets. There we go. So she gets, a Darkstone Shard. And when she grabs this rock, which she thought was something else, she quickly throws it down and backs away. And she doesn't really like that Darkstone for some reason. So she's going to go ahead and use her Swindler ability that says, anytime you draw a loot card, you may discard it and draw a new one. You must keep the second card drawn. Alright, so we'll go ahead and grab another loot card here. And then this time she's going to get $100. Excellent. Alright, then she also gets, this should come in handy, draw a gear card. So we'll go ahead and grab the gear deck here, see what she gets. She gets a repeating holdout pistol. Free attack once per fight, range 3, shots 2. Critical hit on a 5 or 6. Performer only. Okay, well that's going to be an issue with her because the Bandita has the keyword outlaw. So what happens is Angela goes ahead and takes the repeating holdout pistol. She turns around and walks over to Shauna and holds it out and places it into Shauna's hand. Shauna looks around at this amazement. She doesn't really know what to think. She sees Sam kind of amazed that she actually did that. She actually gave something to someone else. She normally doesn't do that until she knows them a bit longer, so she must really like Shauna. And Sam is in awe. So we got all of our enemies down. The whole area's been looted. So let's go ahead and clean off this area so we can keep going, so we can go ahead and find that glowing blue exit. Alright, so wondering what's going on with Angela there, kind of freaking out when she grabbed that dark rock, the dark stone. So we'll see what happens there. And then we'll go ahead and put all the loot cards back into their pile and go ahead and give them a shuffle, because the loot and the scavenge deck are the ones that we go ahead and reshuffle. All the other cards from the other decks, we go just discard those cards. Get rid of our enemies and put our Bandita back over here where she was when she was attacking those stranglers. And with that, that is going to end turn 5. So let's go back to the beginning and turn 6. So let's go ahead and move our first player marker back up to our gunslinger. And Shauna, you're doing a lot good out there with the gun shooting. Let's see how you do with holding back the darkness. 7 or better. Okay, she gets a 9. Very good. So she holds back the darkness. And our gunslinger's up first. So let's go ahead and get her moving here. Okay. Oh, she must be doing really good. She must be bonding with the rocks to help her move. So she's got that 6 minus 3 for all of her issues. So she can move 3. So she'll actually just move 1, 2 up here. Leave a little bit of room because the Shauna, she's going to be moving up next. Now she did roll a 6, and that crisp rose is going to give her a grit because of that. So there's a grit for the gunslinger. But you know what? I'm looking at it now on her character sheet. She already has 2 grits at the moment. So she's going to go ahead and use that grit for another movement. So let's go ahead and roll the dice to move and see how far she moves now. Okay, so she gets a 4. 4 minus 3 is going to be a 1. That's still going to put her in the same spot that she would have moved with that 6. So she's just going to stay there. So that's going to end the gunslinger's turn. And now we move on to our saloon girl. So she'll go and do her movement. So she gets a 2. And she moves, and she's got that ability fast. So she gets a +1 on there for a 3. And she's going to move up. Let's see here, 1, 2, 3. And she looks down on the ground to identify some tracks where the clue icon here basically says, hey, you're going in the right direction, but which way are we going? So they think that we need to go over here to this area. So Shauna's going to go ahead and scavenge. So she's going to roll 4d6. Remember, she gets that extra d6 from her sleight of hand upgrade. 3, 5, 5, 5. So nope, she did not scavenge. So that's going to end her turn. Next up is going to be the U.S. Marshal. So she's going to go ahead and do her movement. She gets a 5. So she'll come moving up. So let's see here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Coming right over here again. And she'll go ahead and try and scavenge. And a 1, 1, 5. So that's a no. And then finally is our Bandita. And she's going to go ahead and do a movement. Alright, she gets a 3. So there's a 1, 2, 3 all the way up here. And then she's going to go ahead and scavenge. Alright, got a 1, 5 and a 6, 6. Alright, so she scavenges twice. So here's our deck and there's our token. Put it right there. And let's see what she gets. Alright, first one is nothing here. So nothing to find. So it looks like she's been hanging around Shauna too much there. And then our next one is going to be Hideous Discovery. Scavenge for 10 XP. It says poking around in its shadows, you see something that chills you to the bone. You quickly return to the group, refusing to speak of what you found. Take 3 horror hits and lose 2 sanity for each horror hit failed. Alright. Alright, she's got to roll 3d6 here to see if she makes it. She needs a 5 plus to hold back this sanity issue. Alright, she gets a 2, 4, and a 6. So she fails twice and she loses 2 sanity per. So that means that she's going to end up taking 4 sanity damage. Alright, she's got 4 sanity damage and 3 wound damage. Ow. So that's going to end her turn. Okay, so it looks like I missed something here because it's way at the bottom of this Blast Room card. The Advanced. And we're going to go ahead and do that where it says Advanced Explosives. So what we do is we go ahead and grab the Mines Encounter deck and then we're going to go ahead and look through it till we find the Advanced Explosives. So hopefully this doesn't make a mistake somewhere here. And this encounter card is called Explosives, and the keyword is Encounter Environment Explosive. The room is filled with crates of dynamite and barrels of gunpowder, much of it spilling out onto the floor. Some of this could be useful, but you had better tread lightly as it seems unstable. Any hero ending their move on this map tile may search for usable dynamite. Oh, excellent. If during a fight this counts as an attack, make a scavenge roll. For every roll of 5 or 6, you may gain a dynamite token. For each roll of 1, every model on the map tile takes d6 wounds with no defense, and it remains in play. Okay, so now this Advanced Explosives here, this is an encounter card that is supposed to be played at the same time that you reveal this exploration token. So luckily enough that the effects of the card weren't something that would have caused something different during the battle that we had. So at the moment, being on this map tile here, you can go ahead and scavenge, and on a 5 or 6 you'll find some dynamite. But if you roll a 1, it's going to blow up and everyone on the map tile there is going to take damage. Okay, well that is going to end the Bandita's turn. So let's go ahead and take these scavenge cards, and we'll go ahead and put them back into the deck and give them a shuffle, so that either the bandita or the saloon girl can draw another one of those nothing here cards later on. Well, that's going to end step 2. Step 3, room exploration. They've already explored the room. We move on to step 4, end of the turn. And our bandita is adjacent to our saloon girl, so she gets to go ahead and heal up either a wound, which she is 3 out of 18, or a sanity, which she is 4 out of 10. So she's going to go ahead and heal up one of her sanities. So now she only has 3 sanity damage. So that's going to end turn 6. So let's go ahead and move on to turn 7. So let's go ahead and move our first player marker up to the gunslinger. And then let's go ahead and start off with Shauna, as she holds back the darkness, and need a 7+. Oh, and she just makes it with a 7. Excellent, Shauna. Excellent. Alright, so her gunslinger's up, and she is way back there. That mutation and leg injury is not going to help her too much, so hopefully she can move up there a little bit quicker. So let's do some movement and see how she does. Alright, well, she's kicking it there, right? She's got a 6, so she's going to go ahead and move up 6 minus 3 for a total of 3. Let's see here. We got 1, 2, 3 right there. And then she's going to go ahead and scavenge for the explosives. Now, of course, you cannot scavenge because the tile's already been scavenged, but she's going to go ahead and use this encounter card explosives to see if she can find some usable dynamite, because in her side bag all she has is the flash, whiskey, and bandage. So she still has room for 2 more side bag tokens. So let's roll a 5 or 6 and not a 1. Alright, 4, 6, and 6. Excellent. So that's going to fill up her bag right away. Since she rolled 2 6s, she's going to get 2 dynamite tokens. Excellent, excellent. Good job there, Yvette. So that's going to end the gunslinger's turn. So let's go ahead and move down to Shauna, our saloon girl. So let's go ahead and do a movement, see if she can get a 1, so she can get a grit. Nope, she gets a 4. So she's going to go ahead and move up to the front. 1, 2, 3, 4. So she's on the half tile part. Now, on the search part, she can either scavenge, but she can't because it's already been scavenged. And then she could do looking through a door, but she wants some of the other people up here also. So she looks back to Angela and waves her on, and for some reason Shauna thinks that she sees a smile underneath that veil that Angela is wearing. So that's going to end the saloon girl's turn, and let's go ahead and move on to our U.S. Marshal, Sam. Start off with a move, and she gets a 1. So she's going to get a grit, and that's going to make grit number 2 for Sam. And remember, she has a max grit of 3, so she can get 1 more grit if she wants. And she's going to go ahead and just hold it off right there. She's going to let Angela move around her to get to the front line there. So that's going to end the U.S. Marshal's turn. Next up, we're going to have the bandita, Angela. So she's going to go ahead and do her move. She gets a 5. So 1 to there and 2 to there. So she's up at the front line there. And then she's going to look through the door or not. I think she's going to go ahead and hold off for one more turn. We want to get that gunslinger up here, even though she's kind of just going really slow. So that's going to go ahead and end the Bandita's turn. So then we move on to step 3, room exploration. Well, they already explored the room. And then step 4, end of the turn. So Shauna's comforting presence can go into effect, where the U.S. Marshal is adjacent to her, but the U.S. Marshal, Sam, she's fully healed. And then the Bandita, Angela, she still has 3 wounds and 3 sanity damage on her, so she's going to go ahead and get healed up one of those sanity damages. So with that, that's going to go ahead and end turn 7. So let's go ahead and move on to turn 8. So at the beginning of the turn, we go ahead and move our first player marker up to the gunslinger. And then our saloon girl will go ahead and try and hold back the darkness. So she needs a 7+. And she gets an 8. Very good there, Shauna, holding back the darkness. Alright, so we're going to go ahead and start with our gunslinger. So she's going to go ahead and do her move. And she gets a 4. Alright, well 4 minus 3 is 1. So she's going to go ahead and just move 1 right behind the U.S. Marshal. And then, well, her side bag's all full, so she can't really scavenge for those dynamites. And actually everyone's side bag is full, so no one needs to scavenge for the dynamites. So that's going to go ahead and end the gunslinger's turn. So we'll move on to the saloon girl. And she'll go ahead and do her move, see if she can get a grit. Oh, look at that. She gets a 1. Excellent. So that's going to give her a grit. That on her character sheet. She'll stay right there. And then with that, she's just going to hold off. She's not going to look through the door. So that's going to go ahead and end her turn. We'll move on to the U.S. Marshal. And we'll see if the U.S. Marshal can go ahead and get a grit. She'll need to roll a 1. And she rolls a 2. So she doesn't get a grit, but she'll go ahead and stay there. So that's going to end her turn. Next is the Bandita Angela. And the saloon girl puts her hands out in a gesture from Angela to say, there's the door. Go ahead and look through it. So the first thing our Bandita is going to do is do her move action. And she rolls a 1. So she's going to get a grit. And that's going to put her at 2 grits. That's her max grit. And then she is going to go ahead and look through a door to find out what they have in the next room. So our Bandita Angela goes ahead and looks through the door. And we'll go ahead and get the map deck here. We got our tattletale here to say we need to go ahead and move the hero posse marker. So put that on the next map tile card. Our hero posse marker moves down to 14, and we get a mining room. So let's go ahead and find that tile. Alright, here we go. So we got a mining room. It's kind of a big one here. And here's our green arrow showing that this is the entrance into the mining room. And we're going to have to put it right there. And as you can see, it's going to be a little bit of a problem here. So let's go ahead and do some moving around of our tiles here to place a mining room. Okay, there we go. We got our new map tile put down, a mining room. So we got ourselves 3 exits here. And the blast room. Here it had that special encounter card, and as you can see with the mining room, it does not have that special card. So we'll I'm going to just put that down right there, and then because it is a new map tile, we have to go ahead and put an exploration token down. So I'm going to put that right there on the map tile. And with that, we're going to go ahead and stop here. So join us next time as we find out what the exploration token has to offer for our heroes as they enter into a mining room.